So we had already seen it before, but we had seen the shortened version of this video called Possibly in Michigan. Oh my fucking god, it's so weird. Carly just saw the extended, or I guess the average 12-minute version. I don't know what.
So, okay, I'm gonna do it really quickly. So there's two ladies. They're like friends, and they're like attracted to dangerous men, and they're both really selfish, and they both really like perfume. And so they went to the mall, and they were looking for a perfume. And the curly-haired one, there's a curly and a straight-haired. The curly-haired one told the straight-haired one to buy her a perfume. And while they were looking for the perfume and trying to buy it, she told her a story that she said it smelled like her, Sonyana, she said it smelled like her cousin or her aunt, that she put her dog in the microwave. And then the straight one said, did she eat it? And then she's like, no, she tried to dry it. And then they were both found dead. And then she's like, okay, well, get the perfume, buy it, and I'll see you outside. But meanwhile, they're not just having regular conversation. It's like, no, did you know that she is so crazy? Like that. That's how the whole movie or show, whatever. And then after that, they like separate, and the curly hair one's upstairs waiting for the straight hair one, and she's going up the escalator, and they see the guy, and the guy with the mask, and the girls like the guy. They say that they met him at a party, and he was a creeper, and they start running, and they run home, and they live like they're neighbors, and then they go home, and the guy's already at their house waiting for them, like being a creep in the background. And then they go home, and then the guy goes into the straight hair girl's house, and then they said, the curly hair says, oh my god, meanwhile she's shooting him with a revolver. And then the straight hair girl's like, what do you mean, what's wrong, what does he look like? And it's like, he looks like a person with the wolf head and a really large mouth. And then when he finally enters the house and she's on the phone, he gets behind her and he's like, so I could eat you better. And then like, it's like kind of like Red Riding Hood. And then she goes like, what are you doing? Why? No, she's like, she slaps him, and then he slaps her, and then he keeps slapping her on the bed like this. And it's so funny. But anyway, and then she goes like, he said, you could either pick, I kill you, or I cut your legs one by one and your arms one by one. And then she said, why? And then he said, because I love you. And then she said, were there others? And then he said 6. So he's done this to 6 other women. And then the curly hair comes into her house like at the right moment and shoots him in the head, and he dies. And instead of like calling the cops like normal people, they eat him. They eat him like they do what he said he was gonna do to the straight hair girl. They cut his hands off, his foot off, and they like, I guess they end up cutting his whole body, because at the end they all.
At the end, they what? Baby, finish telling your story.
At the end, they only have bones, and they throw it out in the garbage, and the garbage man collects it, and then that's the end of the.
I don't know why she was making faces, guys, but that's today's video. I think that's too much internet, so